Good evening and welcome to State of Business on Art Television. I am Tamiru Nimsat. Let's have a look at the headlines. The ministerial meeting of the 19th Summit of the Non-Aligned Movement concludes proceedings. Government plans to commence halted development projects, Minister Bandula says. News in detail. The ministerial meeting of the 19th Summit of the Non-Aligned Movement has concluded in Kampala, Uganda, with the adoption of three crucial documents on the 19th of this month. From January 17th to 18th, the meeting saw the adoption of the outcome document of the 19th NAM Summit, the Kampala Declaration. It also saw the adoption of the political declaration of the Ministerial Committee of the NAM on Palestine. These documents were submitted to the heads of state and government of the NAM for final consideration and adoption. On the sidelines of the ministerial meeting, Sri Lanka's Foreign Minister Ali Sabri engaged in bilateral discussions with foreign counterparts including Seychelles, Ghana, Kenya and Russia. Adding significance to the event, President Ranil Wickremesinghe arrived in Kampala on January 18th and addressed the heads of state and government of NAM on the afternoon of January 19, 2024. Addressing the summit, President Wickremesinghe has called on the non-aligned movement to become a dynamic bloc of the Global South capable of making an effective impact in shaping the evolving new order. President Wickremesinghe emphasized the need for a strong and united NAM amid increasing geostrategic rivalries in political, economic, technological and military terms. The President also urged the movement to oppose the spread of big power rivalry and to build a multipolar world that incorporates the aspirations of the Global South. Addressing contemporary global challenges, the President further stressed the importance of NAM playing a vital role in opposing coercion of uncommitted states. He also noted that the NAM membership is no longer a grouping of weak states, acknowledging the rapid progress and economic advancement of several Asian, African and Latin American states. President Wickremesinghe welcomed the 19th Summit's highest priority to the crisis in Gaza and the inalienable rights of the people of Palestine. He called for the realization of an independent and sovereign state of Palestine. Dr. Bandula Gunawardena, the Minister of Transport, Highways and Mass Media, revealed that development projects in Sri Lanka are set to kick off in February. The Minister said this speaking at the Presidential Media Centre during the weekend. Minister Gunawardena highlighted the allocation of 150 million rupees to district development committees for road development. An additional 50 million rupees through the Ministry of Rural Affairs is also earmarked for the development of small roads. The Minister emphasized the need for careful consideration of income and expenditure in the challenging year ahead. In 2022, the government's total tax revenue amounted to 1,751 billion rupees with significant allocations for government employee salaries, pensions and social support. The government borrowed extensively with 10,091 billion rupees borrowed domestically through treasury bills and treasury bonds. Looking ahead to 2024, development schemes are slated to begin in February after the restructuring of debt and finalizing agreements with creditors. Notably, a $60 million loan from the World Bank and financial assistance from the Samurdhi Fund will be utilized for road repairs. Stay tuned. We will return after this short commercial break. Welcome back after the break. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena held a crucial meeting with the Speaker of the Maldives Parliament, Mohammad Aslam. The meeting took place between the two parties at the Temple Trees on the 18th of January. During the meeting, both leaders reflected on the long-standing diplomatic relations between their nations. During the meeting, Speaker Aslam acknowledged the intellectual contribution of Sri Lankans to the Maldivian education sector. The Speaker emphasized the presence of many Sri Lankan teachers in preschools and schools across the Maldives as a major contribution to the country's education system. Speaker Aslam revealed that 10% of the investments in the Maldives come from major companies in Sri Lanka, underscoring the economic collaboration between the two nations. Speaker Aslam mentioned that Sri Lanka has been nominated to the Standing Committee from the Asia region, showcasing the trust and cooperation between the countries. That concludes our coverage of the bilateral meeting between Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena and Maldives Speaker Mohammed Aslam. Sri Lanka and the Republic of Benin signed a MOU on visa exemption for diplomatic, official and service passport holders, allowing a 30-day stay without a prior visa. The agreement was signed by Sri Lanka's Minister of Foreign Affairs Ali Sabri and the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Benin Olusegun Ajadi. President Ranil Wickremesinghe also engaged in bilateral discussions with the Vice President of Benin, Mariam Chabi Talata, during the Non-Aligned Movement Summit in Uganda. During the meeting, President Wickremesinghe emphasized the importance of advancing economic and trade connections between the two nations. The duo focused on investment opportunities for the Sri Lankan apparel industry in Benin's notable cotton sector. President Wickremesinghe extended an invitation to the Foreign Minister of Benin to visit Sri Lanka soon, exploring new economic possibilities and strengthening bilateral relations. The discussions involved key officials, including the President's Secretary, Senior Advisor on Climate Change, and the Secretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Renowned chartered accountant Heshana Kuruppu assumed the role of the 27th President of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka. Heshana Kuruppu assumed this position at an event held at a hotel in Colombo on the 18th of January. The induction ceremony saw him officially taking over the reins from the outgoing President Sanjay Bandara. The ceremony was attended by distinguished guests, including leaders from business, industry and regulatory heads. A fellow member of CA Sri Lanka, Kuruppu boasts a remarkable career of 24 years in the field of accounting and finance. In his inaugural address, he expressed gratitude for the trust placed in him and outlined his vision for the institute. He emphasized the importance of being future-ready, building trust, fostering innovation, embracing technology, and strengthening continuous professional development among members. Kuruppu shared the collective vision for the next 2 years is to be future-ready, seizing opportunities, nurturing change, and building trust every step of the way. In parallel, Tishan Subasinghe was elected as the Vice President of CA Sri Lanka. Stay tuned for the stock update. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on negative notes today. The all share price index dropped 61.16 points to close at 10,371.69 and the S&P SL20 dropped 23.93 points to close at 2,926.39. The turnover was 0.9 billion rupees and over 54 million shares were traded. Up next are forex rates. That's all our news for today. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Take care and good night.